Alright guys, welcome back again on my YouTube channel. Hope you guys had a great trading week. This week I had a couple of trades I took, so I'm going to show you guys where I took those trades, which pair I traded this week. So if you are following me up on my Telegram channel, you have known by now the trade we took last week, whether we make losses or profit. But before I get down to all the trade I traded this week, I want to first to analyze to show you guys what we did last weekend, the analysis we did, and how everything is playing out. So first of all, let's start with the DSY. So previously, if you check my last video, I analyzed this DSY. It was sitting on this minor support level. This is on the weekly time frame. So on the daily time frame, I told you guys that if this level here cannot hold the DSY, and if the DSY can be able to break below it, that means we will continue selling. And DSY came to did the same thing we analyzed. It broke below it. Not that only break, it came back, retested it, and you see the candle pattern the thing is forming on the daily time frame. You can see this candle pattern. So you can hear it here for the first time. The DSY or the dollar index is bearish. And with that information, you know that across all other pairs like the Euro USD, GDP USD, they will all be bullish. So the next on my list here is USDJPY. So on USDJPY, I was on a trade on USDJPY that was last week, and I closed it out. And I just closed it out on break even because I know that the market is not yet done with its retracement. As you guys can see, how I spotted this trade is that the trade was in an uptrend, and all of a sudden it came and began to consolidate around this level. So this is the reason I just stepped out on the trade, because the consolidation is too much, and now I have not seen any clear direction for now on USDJPY. So the next on my list is NZDJPY. This was a trade I was holding since last week, and on Monday I entered this trade around this area, inside this area right here. And on Monday, and I anticipated for the market to drop. You can see this gap, the market came and gapped out and take me out on my stop loss. You can see that gap over there, how the market came and gap up. So since then the market has been trading upwards. I have not seen any entry yet. I don't know what the NZDJPY is doing right now, so I'm not interested in it again. So my trade on this one hit stop loss after all my analysis I did, and I anticipated for the market to go down, but the market will always come and do its thing, so I don't blame it. My entry was around this, I can't remember, my entry was around this area. So I entered, the market pulled down a little bit, came up, came down again, then before it gapped up on Monday. So the next on my list here is CAD-JPY. CAD-JPY also, I anticipated for it to break below so we can enter for a sell, but CAD-JPY came and sustained on this minor support level, and this level held it so strong, and we might see a push to the upside to this level right here. We might see a push to the upside, and that push is even happening. I saw it, but I was on a trade, but I can't trade it because I have already entered a trade on Euro USD. So this was what I said. I saw this candlestick rejection off from this level. I anticipated for it to break below. After making all this, I anticipated for it to break below, then give us something like this, but it failed to do that, and it started to go upwards. So CAD-JPY for now is bullish, but I'm not interested in it for now because the market structure, I didn't like the market structure that much. Not like how the market is presenting, although this on a weekly time frame is bullish on the weekly time frame, but if you enter the daily time frame, it's a little bit confusing to me, so I'll just leave it for now. Although it's bullish on the weekly time frame, came back again, just that it came and gave like something like double bottom on the daily time frame, as you guys can see it. So I might be also looking out for a trade. Maybe if I see any retracement or any liquidity grab that will happen around this area, or if I see any opportunity, I might hop in for the buy. But for now, I'm not that interested. So the pair that I was currently interested this week was the Euro USD. So my trade of the week was on Euro USD. Like I analyzed last week, that the Euro USD, if Euro USD can be able to break this resistance level and retest back to it, that I'm going to be buying. And Euro USD came back and did exactly same thing that we analyzed last week. You can see the break and retest. So I enter a buy on this trade, but the CPI that came out on Wednesday, yeah, you see, no, on Thursday came and weak me out. That was a liquidity grab, so I was liquidated and I can't do anything about it. I lost this trade, though my direction and my analysis on this trade are correct, but I can't. There are some things that you cannot even handle, like the news and other things. You don't know where it will go, the direction it will first take before it now continue to your own direction. So the CPI came and whipped me out from my stop loss. So technically I lost this trade, but yet I'm still bullish on Euro USD. So I'm going to look for other opportunities to enter this Euro USD trade, because as you can see from the weekly time frame, we are still bullish. There is nothing that is bringing us down yet, so we are still bullish, and we'll have this level to also clear. If we can clear this level, we can continue to the upside. So for now, I'll just scale down to the lower time first, so we can see how we can enter this trade, how we can join this trend that is about to take off right now. This could have been a very, very perfect entry for me in this region right at this level, but the market came and whipped me out, so it's all well. So my first entry, my initial entry was around this level. I went in for a buy around exactly this level, and my stop loss was below exactly here. My first take profit, I didn't have the first, my overall take profit is around this area. You guys can see what really happened here. Trading is so funny. So if you don't understand trading, you might think that is your village people, but it's not my village people. This a clear picture of a liquidity grab, fundamental liquidity grab. You can't make this shit up. So we move on, we move. So I'm going to wait for another retracement, but that happened, but I wanted it to tap to this level because I set an alarm, because I was not always on my chart. I have other things I'm doing, so I set an alarm for the market to notify me when it came back to this level, because I know that it's going to give me another higher lows. So but the market came back and didn't the alarm didn't hit, so I didn't notice it. When I came back to the chart, I saw that the chart has already moved on. So I'll still wait for a perfect entry again around this level. But let me remove this thing. So I'm still waiting for a pullback again. If the market can be able to pull back and give me another higher lows, I'll be looking to enter for a buy. So for now, Euro USD will be at the top of my list for now. Then the last on my list is on GDP USD. You guys know how I analyze the GDP USD. I'm also bullish on GDP USD, and I'm waiting for it to break above this level. Just waiting patiently. If you check my previous video, I anticipated that if GDP USD can break above this level, retest back to it like was it did on Euro USD, I will be looking for a buy entry around this area. That should be like this. I'll be looking for a buy entry. Shouldn't be too big like this. Then my stop loss might be below here. Then overall target, I might be targeting this high of my overall target. After we break this high, then I might be adding to my position. So we'll just keep our finger crossed and just wait. This game is a game of patience. We just have to wait for this market to break above. It must surely come back to this level. Even though it didn't come back to this level, we'll just wait for the market to give us a pullback. When the market pull back, that is a time that we'll have to be looking for a buy. So I'm just waiting for GBPUSD. Next on my list is, okay, this one is pi. I have some pi that I'm holding, and the pi just be moving also. I have some pi I'm holding, so I did some analysis and I saw that it's going to go up, so I bought some pi. So the next on my list here now is on EURAUD. So EURAUD, let me analyze this thing from the scratch so you guys won't get confused how I spotted this trade. So before I enter to any trade, I always go to the higher time frames before I could be able to enter any trade. So I want to go to the higher time frame to show you guys how I enter it. Okay, let me just remove this alarm. Sorry for the delay. So I first went to the higher time frame, like the monthly. Sometimes I use the weekly, but I kick off my analysis from the monthly time frame. And you see all those purple zones, these are my major zones, the zones I use. Like whenever the market touch, I know that something big is about to happen. You can see when the market hit this zone, it reverses to the downside. You see all these zones are my major zones, so you can see it on order of my chart. They are my major zone. So when I went to this monthly time frame, I saw that the market is sitting on a resistance level. Can see on a major resist. This is a monthly resistance level, and best believe that this resistance level on a monthly time frame is going to hold. And I begin to see this monthly candlestick rejection off from this level. I said, okay, something huge is about to happen. The market is about to fall. So I went down to the weekly time frame so that I will be in the same page with the monthly. So I checked the weekly, and I saw that initially the weekly was on a bearish move, an uptrend. It went up, come down, went up, and refused to make another higher high, and it created another equal highs. So you guys can see what happened, making this thing a double top. And the laws of double top state that for you to enter it, you have to wait for the neckline to break. So this is the neckline of that weekly double top. This one was a first touch, or we will say it is a triple top, because this is a first touch, second, and this is a third. All these things are happening on a monthly resistance level. You can see how this level is holding so much. Then I went down to the daily time frame to see if the trend has changed, because I normally check my trends on the daily time frame. If the market is not trending on the daily time frame, I'm not going to enter that market. I will first check my weekly. If my weekly is bullish or bearish, my monthly have to be in the same page with the weekly, and the daily have to be in the same page with the weekly. So these three levels, these three time frame, the monthly, sometimes I might not use the monthly, but weekly and daily must be in the same page. If it is selling, I have to be seeing that down trend on the weekly and seeing that down trend on the daily for me to enter a sell on the 4-hour time frame, because that's where I execute my trade. Then I now scale down to, remember, this is the neckline. Let me mark it out for you guys. So I spotted this trade during the week that I was trading. Remember, this is the neckline, and for me to enter this market and for me to confirm that this market has changed structure, that the trend has changed, it has to come and break this level that is here, this higher low, because this is the previous higher low. Then it didn't came here to create an equal lows. It came and break below it. So you see this picture clearer on the daily time frame. Now on the daily time frame, you guys can see what's really happening here. So this was that level, and if you move this level, you can see it touched other levels. So this a support level that have been holding this market. Way back it was a support, it turned to a support, then here it turned to resistance. Now come over here, it was a resistance. Now here it turned to support again, to support. Then now we are going to turn it to a resistance. The market is going to use it as a resistance. So I'm waiting for the market to come back to this level, because the market has break below it. And if you can check your trend line, you can see that this bullish trend, the market has came here to break this structure. and now we are waiting for the market to come back to this level. I use my Fibonacci retracement to check where the market might, come back to. Maybe if you can put this from here to here, I don't think the market might decide to come back inside, or I don't know if we can use this resistance, this one that is here, and the other lower high. So all the same, I want the market to come inside this level right here. The market has to come inside there, and it might not happen this next week. It might take up to 5 to 6 days to happen, but this is how I normally trade. I allow my trade to cook before I enter it. So on the 4 hours time frame, you can see the retracement happening. So we'll have to be patient and wait for it to happen. So this is my trade setup for the week. On Euro USD, I'm bullish, just looking for a retracement, a pullback for me to enter for the buy. Then on this Euro AUD, I'm bearish. You can see this is a previous low. So I'm just waiting for the market to come back to this level. The market have to come back to this level for me to enter for a sell here. So we'll keep our finger crossed. I will just set an alarm like I did previously. Just set an alarm here for me to be notified when the market is approaching that level, so that I won't miss any of this trade. So this week we had a loss this week because of the news event. So we'll still go back and look for entries. So we'll pray that this upcoming week will be profitable to every one of us. So guys, thank you for staying to this very end. I hope you guys understand my analysis, and I hope you guys are joining me on my Telegram channel to take all this trade. So I want you to like this video, comment, and also subscribe to it. And also, if you want to join me to trade, go to my description. You will see my my Telegram channel link there. Click it, and also follow me on any other of my channel. And I'm going to drop that the previous video. You're going to see it on your screen, because if you haven't watched it, you don't know how I did all this analysis, go back to the previous video and watch it. So thank you and peace out.